Hello, hello. Welcome back to Divine Destiny Guide. I certainly hope and pray you're doing well wherever you are. Again, it's not about perfection, but it's just every day knowing who we are, that we are a child of the Most High, that we are blessed, we're highly favored, we are secured in Him, and we are anchored and we are protected. He promised never ever to leave us or forsake us. And that's the assurance that we have, that God is for us, and because He is, who can be against us? Returning soul tribers, new soul tribers, thank you for your love, your support. I appreciate you. Thank you for your comments. I am encouraged. I am inspired. Thank you for your likes. Thank you for your shares, for subscribing. Couldn't do it without you. However you donate to the channel, I greatly and truly appreciate you. Thank you so very much. And if it's your first time, welcome. So the first card that came out is royalty. And for a lot of you, a lot of us, this is what you're called to remember about yourself, who you are. And yes, even though some days we don't feel like it, and on those hard days, we're called to reposition our crown, to sit up straight, to stand a little tall, to stand a little taller, and just fall back into the presence. The arms of God is like one of my favorite president pictures is one with not Ronald Reagan, but with Kennedy. When he had his children underneath his desk while he was on the phone. And see, that I admire that picture for more than one reasons, but it also tells me of how safe they felt, because not any and everybody can be under the president's desk, but because they know who their dad is, and because of the position and the status and the structure of their dad, they know they're privileged. They know that they're secure. Nobody can tell them to leave. And so, as sons and daughters of divine, of the Most High, is like that is the same and even greater. That's, again, he says, if our earthly fathers know how to give us good gifts, then how much more does he or will he do for us? And so, yeah, he takes care of us. He looks out for us. And so it's like we don't need to feel any lack. We don't need to have fear, when it's like we have everything. All of our needs he already provided for. I love the story too of the prodigal son. How, after, well, the first part, it seemed he really was dumb, but I love the repentance part of it, because after he went out, squandered, wasted his money with foolish friends who only were with him because of what he had and could give to them, and when it was done, then he ended up working where he was now feeding pigs, and as a result, he was now eating the pig feeding, the garbage, whatever it is that they were feeding the pigs, and we know pigs eat anything. So there was no kosher anything in preparation for those meals for the pigs. And then he remembered, but wait, my father's servant, they don't eat this garbage. My father takes good care of his servants. So why am I doing this? And so instead of having his pride, having him out in the cold and being stubborn, with humility in the sense of, I messed up, I made a mistake. And it's like he pretty much coach himself and he muster up the courage. And little did he know that his father was waiting to welcome him. It's like almost every day his daddy was looking out, because his daddy know what is going to come when we just run off out there and, with our gifts and our talents, and recklessly we let people mishandle us. So it's like God, it's the same thing with God. He's waiting, divine is waiting for us, looking out, saying, come home. Like the hymn says, he who are weary, come home. Earnestly, tenderly, Jesus is calling, calling for you and for me. And so when his daddy saw him coming, he told them to bring the best robe, a crown. And I mean, he dressed him up and he said, kill the fattened calf. And they had a feast, they had a ball. This is how far God will go and above and beyond for us when we realize who we are. And you would decide, you know what? I'm going to reposition my crown. I am going to take my power back. I am. Like he said, I am the great I am. And so the same power that raised Jesus from the dead, it lives in us too. And so we are royalties. And so when I saw that, I'm like, wow, that is so amazing. It's like taking our rightful place at the throne, on our throne, taking back our throne, putting back on our crown. Because for a lot of you, a lot of us, again, people have tried to think they can swap, destiny swap, they can steal our crown, talk us out of who we are. Oh my gosh, look, blessed and highly favored. That's who you are. Look. Oh, you have been through a lot. Quite a few came out, and I'm going to take them. Yes, spiritual warfare. Yes, Spirit is saying you deserve love. Wow, your royalty. I mean, it's like you deserve the best. You have been through a lot. Like I said, the guy was eating pig feeding. He was out there struggling. And you deserve love. He that loveth not knoweth not God, because God is love. And it's like, don't let anybody tell you you don't deserve love. You are love, especially when you're a son, you're a divine masculine, divine feminine. You are royalty. You are love. You ooze love. So it's like when people want to block relationship connections, no, it's like, just trust God. It says you're beautiful, you're handsome. Of course, you're fearfully and wonderfully made. Look, you're highly protected. I can't make it up. Of course, you're protected. You're a son, you're a daughter of the Most High. Yeah, so for a lot of you, you're getting public recognition at this time too, under this blessed and highly favor. Yep, you've been through a lot, and because of that, you are rising from the ashes. You're like this phoenix. You're rising from the ashes. You crash and you burn. And a lot of us, this is our testimony. People see your glory, but they don't know your story. How far you came from. Spiritual warfare. Yeah, you're a black sheep. You are a black sheep. You never fit in. And so it's like from day one, it's like it's a war with your mind. It's a war in deciding who you are, because every day is like, and we're reminded to take every thought captive. Back in the days, the soldiers, when they wore those helmets with the flaps that cover their ears, is to protect. And in the spirit is like, be aware of what the enemy is saying to you, the lies that is coming through your ear gate. So it's like the war, it's been waged on you, on us, even when from we were children. And so you realize it's like, yes, it's like you have to keep affirming yourself who you are. speaking life into yourself. Because this battle is not against flesh and blood, but spiritual wickedness in high places. It's because you have a calling on your life. Yeah, so for some of you with the you deserve love, you may have some jealous persons or people around you who don't want you to get love, who don't want you to believe or that you deserve love because they're jealous. It's like they know that if the right people or persons were to come into your path, how wonderful it would be. Because it's like if you by yourself can do this, then imagine if you meet, whether romantic or platonic, people, your soul tribe, people who will catch you when you fall. Imagine how awesome your life will be. Yeah, I'm telling you, a lot of these people, they are in spiritual jail. They're in spiritual jail because, see, they didn't realize that you're an earth angel. They didn't realize that. They didn't want you to know who you are, whose you are. And so maybe this is a reminder for you as well to call back your power, to step into your truth, having trust issues. So for some of you, you have trust issues. You have trust issues. Because again, it's like when you have insecurities, you don't believe you're beautiful, you don't believe that you're handsome, then again, this is where people who are jealous and envious of even your features, the way you look, this is where they come in to sabotage you, because they're going to pick you apart. Because it's like their validation, their affirmation, it means so much to you because you don't know who you really are. You are royalty, you're blessed and highly favored. You have gone through a lot, and yet still, like the phoenix, you had to die to self. You had to kill flesh. You had to drop some dead weight in your life just so you can resurrect, come back to life, to be this awesome person you are today. You are transformed, you're renewed. You've been through a lot because a lot of spiritual warfare has been waged against you. All this time you didn't even know you're a black sheep because people made you feel as if you were nothing. Nobody loves you. Nobody's ever going to love you. Who is going to care for you? These are the lies that the enemy speaks over us. And some of us, it's even like I said, from we were children. And some of you actually believe that until today. It is a part of our disability. And it's like it's time to break those chains of lies from over our lives, and also remove these toxic, jealous people from out of our lives who are causing us to have trust issues, to lower self-esteem and our self-confidence. For a lot of you, this is a past story. It's like this is what you have been through. It's like for some of you, this is confirmation as to the things that happen in your past and why it happened to you. Because you are royalty. You're a royal priesthood. You're set aside. You're not like them. I mean, you're a black sheep. Anybody can spot you. You stood out from the crowd, but it's like you stood out because of your unique gifts, talents, and abilities. But no, people wanted it to look as if, to make it seem as if something was wrong with you, why you stood out. You didn't fit in. Like I shared in the other video, where it is finished, they're finished. The king was asking Jesus, where do you come from? Because for a lot of you, a lot of us, it's like we're so different, people can't relate. It's like in a world where there's so many followers, Everybody want to be like, to follow somebody, look up to somebody. When everybody is heading south, you're heading north. Of course, you're going to look weird. And so for a lot of you, a lot of us, you were called crazy because you did not fit in. And it's because of your courage, knowing you're highly protected. Is like, some of us, we didn't even know what it is. We couldn't put our fingers on it really. But you know that you were guided by something greater than you. Your dreams. It's like when I think about royalty, I think about some of you probably growing up. You love the butterflies, you love the stars, you love looking at the moons, you love the mermaid. It's like just magical stuff, fairy, just mystical things. It's like you were always in your own little dreamy world kind of thing. And so it's like you were just, just in your little world. And it's like, yes, I mean, people probably thought you were a little cuckoo because you were so comfortable being by yourself. It's like the song comes to mind, I must have the Savior with me, for I dare not walk alone. I can feel his presence near me and his arms around me thrown. Yes, you always felt protected and just felt different. Different. Yeah, it's because you're royalty. Yeah, it's already done. It's already done. You're blessed, you're highly favored. For a lot of you, a lot of us, public recognition, whether you're in the spotlight, this is to come, but again, with you being royalty, you are in the public. I mean, just look even on the earth plane 3D. The royal family in England, they're on full display, they're in the public. And people may think that because your royalty is like you're spoiled, you're privileged. Well, yes, we are. God takes care of his own. But they may think you don't do anything. But no. If we should really do the research and look at the things, the royal family, everybody have a role to play. There are certain things that they have to do. It's not just getting up every day and looking pretty. And so for a lot of you, a lot of us, this is why sometimes it's hard for us to believe that we are really royalty, because it's like, then if I am royalty, if I am a child of God, why is it that I'm coming up against so much battles, so many obstacles, challenges, when the people who are wicked, they seem to be getting away with murder? And every day I get up, before my feet hit the ground, it's like another thing. It's because you're here to solve problems, and because the enemy knows the calling that you have on your life. It's like, think about the paparazzi. As soon as you open your door, the cameras are flashing. That's the spiritual warfare for us. That's the war that's waging, but we have nothing to fear because divine is here. We have a divine connection. You have been through a lot and you are rising from the ashes because of your divine connection. Yep, it's spiritual warfare with the black sheep. It says, I lied on your name. So a lot of you, a lot of us went through a lot of character assassination. Like I said, they call us crazy. They called us everything but a child of God. They threw everything on the kitchen sink at us. And we are still here by the grace of God. God vindicates us. He takes care of our own. And you deserve love. There are jealous people around you. It says, let go, release. Who, what, where no longer serves you. And this is what a lot of you have already done. Some of you, this is what you're called to do. And you're beautiful, you're handsome, but you're having trust issues. Divine is saying here, transformation, go through that ego death, rebirth. It's like God is saying, let me transform you. It's like renew a right mind and right spirit within you. Transform is like change. See yourself for who you are, for whose you are. You are royalty. We've had a lot of people around us who are energy vampires. Yeah, and this card was in the reverse. It says, get ready to receive. They didn't want you to receive anything. Divine says, be open to change. At this time, a lot of you are in beast mode. And what you need to know is that the enemies, you defeated the enemies. They are defeated. Yeah, see, they wanted you to be alone. This is why they were jealous. They didn't want you to think you deserve love. Divine is saying you deserve love. These people are only jealous. And you need to let them go. A lot of them, they were saying things because they wanted to lower your self-esteem, your self-confidence, for you not to see yourself as beautiful and handsome. So they want to, just play with you. And Divine is saying, let them go. And go through this rebirth here. Go through this death and resurrection. Put an end to your ego. It's not your friend. That is what is causing you to have trust issues, to be so insecure. Yeah, so they want you to be alone. Yeah, the weapons shall not prosper. And again, angels are protecting you. This is what you need to know. This is what you need to know. I love it. Yeah. So for a lot of you, a lot of people were advocating. They were doing things for personal gain. See, as a royalty, again, you represent. You're an ambassador for God. So you stand up. You speak up. It's like even being healthcare, you're an advocate. You stand up for the right of others. So this is why you're highly protected. Because it's like if you take care of what is God's, then God is going to take care of you. But a lot of people were just pretending that they were looking out for your best interests, when in fact they were just doing things for their own selfish gains. A lot of these people are storytellers. They make stuff up. But for a lot of you, with the blessed and highly favored, you have been through so many things that you can express life through stories and symbols here. You don't have to make things up. It comes naturally. You don't have to steal people's ideas because it's you. Like it says, you've been through a lot. You have a testimony. That's how we overcome, by the blood of the Lamb and the words of our testimony. Yeah, with prostitute here, a lot of you're able to accentuate the challenge of surviving without negotiating the power of your spirit. So for a lot of you didn't have to sell out. You didn't have to sell your soul, sell your body. Like I said, with the prodigal son, it's like sometimes you may catch yourself. It's like where you're like, no, you're on the edge of compromising, and you catch yourself and like, no. This is not who I am. You're not like them. You're not like those people who place material consideration and security above self-empowerment. You're all about empowering yourself, building yourself up. You have integrity. Some people will do anything for money. And for a lot of you, even though you have been through a lot of burdens, people lie on you, maybe even say that you're a prostitute. Because it's right here on the spiritual warfare and lying with the character assassination and all of that. But I'm telling you, God takes care of his own. He vindicates us. The truth sets us free. It's like these are the people who they were projecting on you and us, what they have done. They will do anything strange for a little change. It doesn't matter how bad it gets, you know that God will never disappoint you. And so you don't have to compromise who you are to bow to the plans and the plots of the enemy. Yeah, you're a king, you're a queen, I'm telling you. Yeah, you radiate that regal masculine, and this is all under you deserve love and you're beautiful and you're handsome. You radiate the regal feminine. You use your benevolent authority to protect others. Again, with the advocate card there. You're not like the ones who are arrogant when authorities challenge and controlling and demanding. You don't have to force this. The shoe fits you. This is your shoe. This is your crown. This is your throne. It fits you. The robe fits you. And you need to know this. This is also over having trust issue and transformation and letting toxic people go. Yeah, they were telling people you're crazy because you're a rebel. You don't dim to fit in. You don't feel like you have to be like everybody else. You challenge authority to affect because you want to affect social change. You reject spiritual systems that do not serve inner needs. Again, you're not just gonna go along to get along. You're gonna speak up for what is right for you and also for others as well. You're not like people who use this in a toxic way, all because they fall to the pressure of others, or wear what everybody says. They want to be like everybody else. Again, we saw it there. You're a black sheep. You weren't meant to fit in anyway. So if you find yourself where you're dimming yourself to fit in, then this is not your story. Yeah, you're a rescuer. For a lot of you, you're here as a lifeline for others, to support others through acts of love with no expectation. You're blessed and highly favored. You give freely. It's like people on the opposite side, they will do things for clout. They will do things just to take a picture, just to say, oh, I fed somebody today. Oh, I gave some, just to make it seem as if, but really it's not coming from their heart. Like I said, when you are royalty, when you're a child, a divine one, it just flows. It flows. It comes naturally. Yeah, and it's like, with letting go and people lying on you, all of this stuff, you're a destroyer. You're releasing what is potentially destructive and you're preparing for a new life. You deserve love. It's like you deserve the best and nothing less. You're releasing people who are intoxicated with destructive power, people who destroy others' dreams or potentials. These are the people who lied on you, who assassinated your characters. Yeah, with the gossip. So for a lot of you, it's like you are speaking life into yourself. You're awakening consideration for the feelings of others, and you're honoring trust. So you're trusting yourself as well. You're not like those who thrive on the power of passing on private or secret information, betraying the confidences of others. So a lot of you've been dealing with people who gossip. You told them things in private. Some of them, they just lie. You didn't even have to tell them anything, like we saw here with the character assassination. So you were dealing with hateful, bitter people, jealous people who spoke lies even to you because they work for the devil, because they didn't want you to know who you are and whose you are, that you have the Midas touch. They didn't want you to know that. You're a boss, you're creative, You turn anything to gold, and you delight in sharing life's riches. Yeah, it's like you realize you live and you learn, you've been through a lot. And like we saw there with the storyteller, whatever you go through in life is like sometimes if people were just honest enough just to ask you, how did you do that? How did you overcome that? You have no problem sharing with others because you want to see people come to their fullest potential, be the very best. But no, instead of them doing that, they laugh at you, they gossip, they want to destroy what you have, they want to take your place. They're a sellout. You thought they were your friends, but they sold you out with the prostitute here for money. They'll do anything, they'll destroy you because now you're realizing this was all spiritual warfare. That was an attack from the enemy, from the pit of hell. Yeah, so a lot of you, 9 of Wands, is like that wounded warrior. You've been through a lot. See, it's like people pointing at your disability, at your handicap. He's all bandaged up and with his crutch there, and people are laughing, they're looking, they're staring. That's the kind of people that you have been dealing with. But see, look, the 10 of Coins. You're blessed, you're highly favored. For a lot of you, a lot of us, we had to go through a lot of things before we get here. But I'm telling you, you are blessed. Blessed, 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 and highly favored. I love it for you. I love